Hello and welcome. This is day 100. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who don't know me or just want me to say it again, my name is Belisa Chess. I have been playing chess here for 100 days. It's been 100 days since I started my channel. And the point was to get to 2000 ELO chess because I was inspired to do something with my chess addiction and have it serve a greater purpose of bringing joy. And I can say it's been a ride. It's been a journey. It's been an adventure. I have loved it. I'm here to tell you the things that I've learned from my journey thus far. And these are just personal and may not actually apply to you because we're all different. These are just things that I learned from my reflection after 100 days of playing chess. And let's just say that I I tried to play a rapid game a day. Some days I did not actually play a game. I'd say my success rate was about 97% that I achieved 100 days straight. Right? One day I think I was playing a classical game. I just reflected. One day, 2 days I played puzzles in Brazil. And one of those days I actually still played a classical game. So, so I was playing chess basically every day. Basically every day I was playing chess. And here's what I learned. Okay, you ready for it? Are you ready for it? What I learned first, and this may not apply to you, is that your chess elo will most likely not improve. And let's just say that this video is geared towards chess players, but also people who are interested in content creation because I have also posted at least one video a day for the last 100 days. Let's have a round of applause. One video a day. I mean, yeah. So partially it's like at least one chess game a day. And part of it was at least one video a day. And I did both. So this video has to do with both. So first, the chess elo. Okay, because my series is titled Journey to 2000 or Making My Way to 2000 elo chess. Right? So the end goal is 2000 elo chess. However, what I'm here to say is that my elo, let's just say, has not actually improved. Today and yesterday, I basically kind of made my way back up to 1700 because we were kind of stuck in 1600s for like, I want to say like 50 days. We were stuck in 1600s, maybe even more because let's just check out the timeline. And it looks like we've been tilting at least 3 times. So this first drastic tilt, we can name exactly what day. This was on day 30. I actually had a video titled Making My Way Up from Tilt. I literally had a day titled on video titled on day 30 that I was tilting. And this was due to emotional, I want to say physical reasons because of jet lag and sleep deprivation, but also mainly emotional reasons because I just came home from China and just being apart from my family and other emotional stuff that happened just it gave me a lot of anxiety that I needed to get out of my system by basically playing chess addictively. It's a bad habit that I talk about in my other video, and that's when I tilt for the first time. So we actually start, it doesn't show you where I started, but we started basically went from 1500 to 1600, and very quickly, like on February the 9th, we get to 1738, which is actually the highest rating we've ever achieved on this channel. So, so let's just say that on day, like what was that? That's like 2 weeks. That's like, I don't even want to say 2 weeks already hit the peak. And then, yeah, not even 2 weeks, maybe like 10 days. And then we like tilt all the way to 1605. And just the process of tilting was a lot for me because I felt so ashamed because by then I already was growing a community. I don't know. I want to say I had like 200, 300 subscribers around then. And I felt such a pressure to like want to please, I don't want to say please them, but at least show my viewers that I was making progress. And I couldn't explain it mentally in my head how I went from 1720 to like 1600 in one night, right? So just the process of tilting made me want to play more games to make it up. So that mentality made me tilt even more because by then I was already at the point, like my breaking point. Like I needed to stop, but I felt so much pressure that I wanted to make it back. And then I tilted even more. That's the first time I tilted. Let's see the second time I tilted. Did I have a good reason for this? March 17th, I tilted again to 19th. I tilted way back down again. Did I have a good reason? I don't know. Thinking back, I'm not sure if I had a reason. I probably did. It was probably more emotional reasons. I'm not sure, but I definitely used trust as coping, as I talked about in my other video. And after this tilt, I actually swore that I was never going to tilt again in my life. And I have a video that I recorded. I think I'm going to share that with you one day of how I managed to deal with my trust addiction and how I hope it may be helpful for you to deal with it if that's a problem for you. Like if tilting and addiction is a problem for you, maybe that might help, but maybe not. You just have to eventually hit the point where you just don't want to tilt anymore. So I actually swore to God. I was like, I swear I will never tilt again, or I will never tilt like so addictively like this, like plunge like in one night. And then I drop back down again. But this is not a one night tilt. This was like a gradual decline. And from April, basically the start of April, I was declining slowly. And I don't know how to explain it other than I think I started to feel burnt out, exhaustion, just stuff going on in my life. A lot of stuff going on. Here I was traveling in Brazil. So this is a good enough reason. Not enough sleep slash having a life. Having a life made me gradually tilt. So I guess this is okay. You know, this is just natural. It wasn't like an addictive tilt. It was just a natural decline. But like as soon as you recover and have the ability and energy to do so, like I did for the past 2 nights, immediately we rose back up and now we're on the brink. We're on the cusp. We're on 1697, on the cusp of 1700 again. I want to say for the 10th time. The graph doesn't really show you, but my viewers, if anyone has watched me every single day, if you have actually watched every single video without skipping any video, tell me. Please tell me. I'm actually curious who has watched every single video I put out. You are a real one. I don't even know what to give you, but if you comment and tell me, I don't know. You are number one. Um so yeah, I've definitely gotten below. I've gotten to 1700 slash almost 1700. I got in below like at least 10 times. Or it feels that way. Just look at all these dips. Like every dip was like, look, we got to 1700, 17, we dipped back down. We kind of got to 1700, we dipped back down. It's happened so many times. That a lot of my viewers, I think, probably kind of got frustrated as well, just watching this. Because I know that I can play better chess, or that I can be sharper in my calculation, etc., etc. And some people have actually commented or like told me straight up, they're like, I have a viewer called Vladimir Kramnik. Yeah, literally, Vlad himself messaged me telling me, bro, time to get a 1700 already. It was funny. I was like, yeah, thanks, Vlad. I'm working on it. So my whole point is that just playing chess won't like playing chess every day will not actually help your chess improve. And I personally feel that I do learn. Like there are certain lines I've learned, things that I've gotten that I know just from reviewing my games and playing games. It does help. However, in terms of chess elo improvement, it's not the most effective, efficient way. And you kind of have to couple it with studying or doing something else. And because doing these videos was starting to take so much time for me, a lot of time and energy, and the other stuff in life was going on. Because of that, it was actually very hard to focus on the other stuff that I needed to do to actually improve my chess, which I talk about in another video. Like I actually did a reflection. But things like studying, basically reviewing all the lines that I learned, puzzles, etc., etc. Those are all things that I would have to put in a lot of more time and energy to do. So for anyone who's looking to do a similar journey, or just, I don't know, based on your experience, but from also kind of what I've seen from other people's journeys and just my own personal experience, I feel like just playing games does not actually help improve your chess elo. And this is purely anecdotal evidence. It may not actually be real evidence. You know, it's not scientific, but this is just based on my, okay, I've already explained it enough. I've explained it enough, okay? The second thing I learned is that doing this takes work. And I think this is more about the content creation side. Is that when you commit to something like this, I really love it. I talk about this in my chess elo video. I love the idea of doing something a day, whether it's learning a language or doing my chess streak, uh, or basically anything that forces you to show up for yourself once a day, right? It could be anything. It could be doing 5 sit-ups. It could be making your bed. It could be calling your mom, to show appreciation. It could be anything, but if you commit to doing something, you start to build character because it trains integrity, it trains discipline. First, so Stephen Covey talks about this in his book, 7 Principles of Effective Leadership. I believe that's the title, which I really like. I think it's principle 2. Is that first, before committing to other people and doing things externally, you have to first make everything align internally. Have integrity to yourself, which means I promise something to myself and I follow through on it. I think that's really, really important. For someone like me who starts a bunch of different things and has a bunch of ideas going on, it's really, really important to me to finish, to follow through. So when I have a project, I want to finish it. I want to finish what I start. And so for this ELO journey, let me tell you, there have been days when it was hard. I don't want to say like, oh my God, my life is hard, because this is such a joy. Like, it's a joy for me to show up for you, and I do it out of love. So my life is not hard. Okay, it's not hard, but it took effort. It took a lot of work. This is just a reality. Some nights I would sleep like 3 hours, or I would sleep at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. When I was in Brazil, some people know, like, I was staying up until 6 a.m. some days just to edit the video, try to like get the audio to sync, etc., etc. Try to create better quality stuff. Just to hold myself to a kind of standard and still get the video out. You guys know, like, when I was in the airport and I was like running around trying to find an outlet, trying to find an adapter, or just, making it work, going to lavanderia, making it work. For myself, it's kind of fun as a challenge to make it work every day, to like have a goal, and even despite the challenges, to make it work. However, I have to say that because of the work, I think I also have to kind of change the way that I'm going to proceed going on in the future. Just because there are some days, honestly, I'd rather be living my life than necessarily playing chess. So I think I'm going to have a backlog, or at least a cache of chess videos, games that I've enjoyed playing, that I will upload when I really cannot actually, or if it's hard for me to upload a chess video that day. I would like to have the fallback. And I know that a lot of you guys are telling me I should take a break. I know that around day 50 or something, like, already a lot of people are telling me I need to take a break. My chess will be a lot better. I'll start thinking more clearly if I take a break. But because I committed to this goal, or that I was on this journey, and like, really nobody gave me these standards. Like, nobody was like holding these things on me, like saying like, you have to upload once a day, you have to play chess every day. Like, nobody was telling me that, but it's kind of like the way I set the goal in my head was that I had a framework of playing chess, playing rapid, once a day, or trying to do it every day. So yeah, so it's basically the idea of following through on something that you promised yourself. And I think I got to 100, and I'm pretty proud of that. And I think going forward, I can slightly alter the goal in my head, but that was the intention. And I think when you set an intention, it's important. I think showing up is super important. So a lot of you guys are curious, like, what I do in life. I'm going to create a Q&A part 2 video where I talk more about myself. You allow me to talk more about myself. But yeah, before, I used to be an actor, which means most of my job was auditioning or trying to get projects. And the thing about being an actor or auditioning is that, sure, a lot of it is your craft, audition technique, but what I want to say is the most important thing is showing up. Whenever you show up, whether in terms of submitting your resume, submitting your materials, just putting yourself out there, submission, and then showing up, actually doing all the auditions, even the dumb ones that you hate. There were a lot, I say, like, that's probably why I quit. I quit because they were getting too dumb and too uninteresting for me. But basically, when I was doing it, I had to have the discipline or force myself to even do the ones I didn't want to do. Show up, put yourself out there, submit the auditions, show up for the auditions, show up for work. Just show up, give yourself. And when you when you're able to do that consistently, slowly and slowly, things will start to work in your life, right? So, like, for those of you who are students, show up. Show up to class. Don't skip class. Um, show up for people. Give them your presence. And now I'm like kind of going preachy, preachy, but this is what I wanted to do, was to show up. And what I learned is that showing up takes work, and I think it makes sense because I do it out of love. I do it because I love it. I really, really love my community. And I don't know. I actually don't know, because my dad actually likes to lecture me about this a lot. He's like, forget about the love. Like, you should do things out of discipline because you have to, out of a sense of responsibility, out of a sense of duty and social responsibility. And I want to agree, but for someone like me, like, my primary motivation for doing things is love. And I feel like the people who actually have the energy and enthusiasm and the dedication to do things day after day and after day have to feel an impetus of enthusiasm and love and passion for what they do. And I would love to hear you guys' opinion on this. Whether you are able to stick with something out of sheer willpower and discipline, or do you actually also feel like you have to feel a sense of personal connection and love for what you do? Because for me, it's definitely like I need I don't know. I don't know how long I could force myself to do something if I have absolutely no joy in it. I really don't think I could. I don't think I could. Um, but what has inspiring to me as well, is like, this is also about showing up. Is so I don't know if you guys know the Shaolin Temple in China. It's basically a place where monks are extremely, extremely good at martial arts. And if you ever watch them perform, their bodies are like steel. Their bodies like 100% muscle. Like, it's just incredible human fitness. Just like incredible levels of human fitness. And how do they achieve that level of mastery over their bodies? Work. Every single day they showed up. I don't think since when they were kids, since when they joined the temple, the monks took one day of break. And if you read like Jackie Chan's autobiography or whatever, like rain or shine, sickness or not, injured or not, they actually show up and train. So with that level of dedication, they're able to attain a level of mastery. And I think for my chess, like I said, like, I don't know if it actually leads to immediate elo progress, because I'm doing this at day 100. Maybe over time, there's actually a hidden effect that I'm not seeing. So I think it does help, but it's not immediate. And I don't think you should expect like the natural outcome, like P then Q. Like, I playing chess every day, then my elo will also correspondingly improve. But I think there are going to be subconscious and slow effects, slow signs of improvement. It's like basically plowing the field or like applying fertilizer, right? The plant is not going to grow in one day, but because you put in the work, the plant is going to grow eventually. All right, it's going to grow eventually. And I feel like maybe that was a little rambly, but I don't know. I feel like that hits mostly what I wanted to say. And my third thing that I learned from doing this YouTube series and playing chess is that the reason for what you do will change over time. I'm saying this because since the beginning, I've talked about this like many times, but I wanted to share joy with people. I wanted to serve a higher purpose beyond myself. That's why I want to do what I do. A big motivation also was the chess, was that I wanted to get better at chess or hit 2000 elo, like, right? But over time, my reason, my intention, my motivation has changed. I want to say, yeah, as my community was growing, um, my focus definitely shifted, and also because now I'm streaming as well, my focus has shifted from really the chess, like, to my community. Like right now, if you were ask me like 2000 elo or like just to share my joy with people, I would say my community is more valuable to me. You guys are the people watching me. It makes me feel, yeah, it does make me feel like like, because people send me messages, whether that I've inspired them or that I've helped them through some difficult time. And it gives me a lot of meaning and joy to be able to do that. Um, So yeah, so yeah, I'm like this is not very logically structured. But for example, I was watching a stream where a grandmaster was talking about how he doesn't think he's that good and he's comparing himself to another grandmaster streamer and he thinks like he doesn't get enough engagement and that he's not as good. Basically, he's feeling like he's not doing enough. Like he could be better, he could have more views, he could have more followers, etc., etc. And I was trying to tell him like just do it for one person. For me, like because actually I got a lot of views I think around day 50, around even before then. Like the rise was so drastic and unexpected that I mean it's not that big of a deal, okay? It's not like a million people, but it was like for me it was like really unexpected. So like I was getting a lot of views then, but now it's kind of like dropped off or like there's actually less views and for whatever reason like and for me like does it actually bother me that much or like affect what I'm doing? To be honest, not really. Not really. Because I recognize a lot of people who show up, who comment every day, who show up and who enjoy the videos. And for me, I know that it's just one person, right? Like when I started, it was weird that even 5 people found me, that even 50 people found me. 100 people, like that's crazy. If you can imagine 100 people in the room with you right now, it's like, it's kind of crazy. And now it's like, what, like hundreds of people. So I know that as long, if I even deliver joy or I have a positive impact on one person, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. So do it for one person. And if there's no people, you know who that one person really is, right? That one person is yourself. You do it for yourself. You show up for yourself. And that's what I've been trying to say in my Live Your Best Life video. Even if everybody else leaves you, even if you feel completely alone and that, you're not making the progress, you're not making the external success that you wish that you could have. The one person that truly, truly matters that you're here for is the presence right here that you have right here. And that is enough. So, so yeah, so in that sense, I'm very motivated. First to fulfill the promise to myself and then to my community. Um and I think I do put a burden sometimes, like trying to have better content, trying to do this, but we're gonna relax. And I I'm really grateful because some people like yeah, my mentality has changed like from feeling pressured from external pressure and feeling like I need to be such and such, I need to like be such and such. It really helped me when viewers told me like it's okay, like we just enjoy watching the video. I just enjoy watching your games. Like I don't really care if you're 1600, 1700 or like whatever. Like I don't really care. Like just be yourself and do your thing. And that's helpful for me because otherwise I feel like external pressure. I have to kind of tell yourself that. So basically, yeah, that's kind of what I want to say at day 100. And I think so going forward, I think my channel will go through some changes, and I don't know if I will still try to keep up. At least I think I want to post every day, possibly if I can. I still like to play chess every day. And if I can't, I want to create videos like this, like reflective videos. A lot of people enjoyed hearing my like, thoughts about chess, philosophy, thinking. Uh, there's a lot of ideas that I have that I could do, and feel free to comment your suggestions as well. I appreciate that. But I really enjoy the journey and the process. And some people are asking me like even yesterday, someone commented like, "Oh, I'm around 1400 elo, but I'm scared that I'm gonna get stuck. I'm worried I'm gonna get stuck around 1600, 1700. Like, are you experiencing the same thing?" And I'm like, why worry about it? Like you are what you are. Like if you're worried about it, like with your training and if you believe you can get anywhere, you can, right? If you want to get anywhere, you put in the work and you can. If you believe enough and work enough, you can definitely do anything you want to do. And you're not me. So you're not going to get stuck. Even I wasn't stuck and I'm still not stuck. Like if I right? Like like nobody's why worry about it? Um so yeah. So that's day 100 for you, and I will see you. I'm gonna live stream for you tonight. I love you guys so much. I just want to say I just want to say you guys have helped me a lot, a lot. I've said that before, but really, I do this for you guys, and you guys also help me a lot. Because there have been days when I could have been really lonely. I could have been stuck in my head. There have been a lot of things that happen on these 100 days, right? We got really deep and personal with each other. At certain points, they're really deep and personal. We had a lot of fun, but there were a lot of like moments of things that happened. And I honestly think that doing this for myself every single day and having this community has helped buffer the ups and downs of life a lot, just like a family, just like my family, which is what I've always wanted. Just a stable, constant family. I love you guys. Okay, bye. Bye.